And you guys can see my slides?
I'll give it one moment. Yes, we can.
Okay, can I start?
Yes, you may.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a good morning. I know it is kind of early. I'm Andreas Carlton. I'm a rising sophomore in the Academy at Palumbo, and today I'll be talking about my experience as a West School Fellow. So today I'm going to be talking to you guys about my expectations going into the program and when I originally applied, the reality of what I saw through the West School Fellows, what I've learned as a West School Fellow, and how that will impact my future, and how I can use the things that I've learned in the West School Fellows in my future, and some standout moments in the program. So when I originally applied for this program, let me give you some context. It was a normal day for me. I got a random email from my principal about a program called the West School Fellows. I was looking for a summer job at the time. So I researched the West School Fellows, and I realized it was a internship for learning about financial literacy. So I decided to apply for the West School Fellows because I thought this was a great opportunity for me. So when I originally applied, there were 3 things I really wanted. I wanted to learn about financial literacy, public speaking, and professional development. I got to talk about what each of those things mean to me. I originally joined to learn about financial literacy because I was going into 10th grade. I realized if I'm going to start finding jobs, I better find a way to save my money and figure out a way to use it correctly and to the best of its ability. So I thought financial literacy was a very important thing for me to learn. I also wanted to improve on my public speaking because to me, before joining this organization, public speaking was always one of my weak points. So I thought if I had the opportunity to join West School Fellows, I realized they had weekly presentations. So I thought if I joined the West School Fellows, I'd really be able to improve as a public speaker. Also professional development, because at the time I was starting to look into career options, and the one that was standing out to me was the field of journalism. And journalism is a very professional field, so I thought learning about professional development and professional etiquette would really help me grow as a journalist and would allow me to have more opportunities. When I joined the West Coast Fellows, I expected there to be like a typical education system, kind of like school. The days start to feel the same, and like there's a lot of curriculum and taking notes, but I was completely blown away. So I'm going to talk about the reality of what I saw and how it matched my expectations. I learned everything I anticipated to and more. So as I said earlier, I wanted to learn about financial literacy, public speaking, and professional development. I learned all of those things within the first week. So after the first week, I was like, wow, I really learned so much that week. I wonder what else this program has to offer. And this program had so much more to offer to me. I learned about different career interests, such as entrepreneurship and real estate, and ways to develop my financial strategy. I was surprised by the interactive structure of the West School Fellows. I'm surprised by the interactive structure of the West School Fellows. When I joined, as I said earlier, I expected it to be like a normal school. However, I was surprised by the amount of guest speakers and the amount of exercises and the amount of presentations in the program. It really stood out, and it was a lot more interesting than I expected to be, and it was a lot more engaging. Something that kind of surprised me was the student collaboration aspect, such as like the group presentations. I really think that helped me grow as a public speaker, since we had multiple group presentations where we presented as a group and discussed our ideas. So I really think that helped me grow as a public speaker and somebody who could work with other people in a professional job. And the curriculum, kind of like I said earlier, the curriculum was wider than I expected it to be. It covered a lot more things than I expected it to. I really only joined for 3 things. I learned all of those in the first week, and that program still had 7 more weeks. So, West School Fellows really helped me learn a lot of things. So here are some of the things I learned. I learned the importance of professionalism. Journalism is a very professional business, as I expected it to be. And I learned how I could show professional etiquette and be confident in myself to thrive in the business. I learned the importance of networking too. Networking, I wasn't really something I thought about very much because I'm just going to 10th grade. I wasn't really thinking about like expanding my brands. However, I realized how important it was, and I'm going to continue to apply showing my actions and networking through my actions. This program has offered me the ability to look into multiple career options, such as entrepreneurship and real estate. And that's really made me reevaluate what I want to do and like really think, really make sure I don't settle on one career just this early in life, because there's still a lot of opportunities that I haven't seen yet. So I really think that I shouldn't focus on journalism too much because there are a bunch of career paths that I might find interesting. Something else I've learned that's really important to me is college planning. I'm going to 10th grade. I didn't really I wasn't really thinking about college very much. I was just thinking, yeah, I'm going to go to college eventually. But I realized I'm in a position where I have the opportunity to start learning about college at an extremely young age. And I think that's really going to be beneficial to me in the long run. So I'm going to talk about how the West Goal Fellows can impact my future. Now, as many of you might already know, I'm a member of a Philadelphia student news organization called the Bullhorn, whose mission is to make news articles for students by students without censorship. So I really think I learned about leadership a lot in the West Goal Fellows program. So I think learning about leadership could really help me grow as a person in the Bullhorn and be more impactful to the Bullhorn. Actually, just the other day, I applied for the editor-in-chief position for the Bullhorn. If I get accepted into that position, I really feel like I'll be able to use the skills I've learned as a West Goal Fellow to the best of my extent. This has also really impacted me when thinking about college, because I really think I could use the skills I've learned as a West Goal Fellows to get into college, such as like professionalism. And I really think that will help me get into better colleges and find more opportunities to, go into the college of my dreams. I also think this program has helped me as a person, like my personal development. I really think more about what I want to do in the future and like the kind of person that I want to be and what I want my legacy to be. So I really think the West Goal Fellows has helped with that, because that's really something I haven't thought of very much. And finally, I'm going to give you guys some standout moments from my time as a West Goal Fellow. July 16th was the first group presentation. I really found that impactful to me because, as I said earlier, group presentations really helped me grow as a public speaker. So I really think the first group presentation was a good way to see. And also the final group presentation was a way to see how much I've grown as a group speaker. July 30th, we had a guest speaker as the National White House correspondent, April D. Ryan. I really think that was impactful to me, even though we didn't get a full guest speaker session because it was cut short. I did get to see how the journalism business worked and how it flowed, which I really got to see the stuff that I found interesting in journalism, and that really, made me decide that the journalism is the thing that I'm very interested in. August 10th was the beginning of the college planning week. I'd say the college planning week was the most impactful to me out of all the weeks, because I really learned a lot about college planning and what college I'm going to go into. Looking back at these past 8 weeks, I really think I learned a lot as a West Goal Fellow. Some people may say this is a waste of time, or that they're just doing it for the money and that they only do it for the money. But I think I really used this summer to the best of my ability. Especially with a virus going on, I think I used this opportunity to learn a lot about myself and to learn a lot about who I can become. So I really think the West Goal Fellows has helped me a lot. That's all I have for you guys today. I think we are short on time, so if you have any questions, you can email me or text me. And also, if you're interested in joining the Bullhorn, we are looking for new members. So if you were interested in looking for the Bullhorn, which I talked about earlier in my presentation, you could either email me or text me as well. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to seeing you all in the future.